Hey, thank you for coming by, Tory Magoo 44. Today's the 30th of April. It's the end of April. It's soon, within a matter of minutes, going to be May. And within a week or so, it's going to be Mother's Day. So if you have a mother, make sure to call her or send her a card, something like that. If you're in the Church of Scientology and you're disconnected from your mother, I can't say it enough. Please set down this bullshit rules and call your mom. She's your mom. You know what I mean? You're the only person that can do that. You're the only person that can call her up and say, I love your mom. And I hope you do it. I really do. So anyway, today, what was I going to talk to you about? I had something in mind. I did. Oh yeah. Okay. That's right. I was talking about this a few things back. I was talking about my life in Scientology. And I told you about the earlier days when I was in the Sea Org, and then I was on staff, and then I got married, and then I kind of got off onto some other things. My friend got burned, and so I made a video about that. Anyway, it got off the track. So I wanted, first of all, I'm glad to let you know my friend is well and recovering very well. So that's good. As far as in my life in Scientology, what I want to go over today is the difference between staff and public. Because a lot of people, I don't think, really understand what the difference is. Okay, so, and even if you do, I'm going to go over it again, and hopefully you'll learn something from it. So staff are people, there's three different levels of this, this is 6, so we'll make it 3. Okay, so first of all, you come in as a public. Right? A public person is just someone who is going to pay for, whether they know it or not, training or auditing. That's it. Now they're there amongst either staff, which are people that are working for the Church of Scientology, either auditing or training or supervising, running the different posts of Scientology. The staff can either be at a mission, which is sort of like somebody's house. It started out originally in the 50s. It was in somebody's house. My ex-husband's parents used to have people over to their house, and they would have coffee and, some cakes and stuff like that, and then talk about Dianetics. Okay, so those were the old days with the missions, and they got bigger. They were kind of a franchise. And people dug that. A lot of people made a lot of money with the franchises until Hubbard got pissed off and said, no, I want part of the money. And then Miscavige took over, and it turned into a real nightmare where everything was run. All the missions even were run under RTC, which is Hubbard, their top. These are the top dogs. And you had to report all your statistics every week up to them. And they were basically running you, right? And people didn't like it. So the missions went smaller and smaller. And they're almost non-existent now. Okay, so then above that are class 4 and class 5 orgs, which are just different. It's just different levels. But these are people on staff, which would be, they work either Monday to Friday or nights and weekends, one or the other. But that's it. And they get paid more than the Sea Org. The Sea Org are these guys that are 24/7. They're there. They're the guys in the Navy uniforms. They wear the Navy uniforms because Hubbard used to live out on the ocean, basically running away from the IRS and doing his research, right? So that's how it was. So you were either public or staff or Sea Org, right? Now, the only guys ever that can be sent to the RPF, which is the Rehabilitation Project Force, which is basically Scientology's slave camp. If Miscavige got pissed off at you, or now Hubbard did, they pitch you in the RPF. And people have spent years and years doing horrible things in the RPF, from running around poles for years, to pushing things with their nose, pushing peanuts across the floor, just awful, awful things. I mean, really, really god awful things. And so that's that. But the Sea Org are the only guys that can do that. They can't put the staff. They wouldn't be put on the RPF, and public certainly wouldn't. So usually public go either in the day or night and do auditing or training, and then they work. They have their regular jobs. They have a family. They have a regular life. They live in their own homes or apartments or wherever they live, but they're kind of separate from the church, except they go in there to do auditing or training, and they're milked constantly and fleeced to donate money. Now, there's also part of this is public, staff, Sea Org, but then Hubbard also came up with all these front groups, which is Applied Scholastics, Narconon, Criminon, Way to Happiness, and WISE. WISE is their business front group, which is basically their real intention of WISE is to get you over into Scientology and on the bridge, paying money there. But in the meantime, they're going to teach you how to, make more money with your business, which is its own scam. It's a really, really bad scam. And luckily, a lot of people have gotten out of it because there's a lot of information on the internet about WISE. But these front groups, in general, are pretty creepy. I mean, Narconon, 3 or 4 of the kids have died recently in their hands. Awful. Really, really awful. Thankfully, a lot of people are helping expose them. And in Georgia, they have just raided them last week or a few days ago, they raided them. So that's good. Way to go, Georgia. Applied Scholastics is always trying to weasel into the public school systems, as is Narconon. We got Narconon kicked out of the entire school system here in California because it's a violation of church and state. They try to say, oh, no, we don't have anything to do with the Church of Scientology. Well, I worked at Narconon International, where the statistics every single week, every Thursday at 2, go directly up to RTC. So yes, they are underneath the umbrella of the Church of Scientology. However they want to play it, that's the fact. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that there's public, staff, and Sea Org. And yes, the Sea Org, are worked to death. I don't recommend joining it. I talk to people all the time who's, one of their loved ones may be joining the Sea Org. And it's like, if you are thinking of joining the Sea Org, I ask you, please. And I don't have any dog in this race except to help you not get suckered into something that you think looks really great. It's like Private Benjamin. Did you ever see that movie with Goldie Hawn? And she's like, well, where's my apartment? I didn't join this. She joins the army, right? That's how Scientology is. It really is. The Sea Org is hard work. And it's not, you're not saving the planet. You're not helping mankind. You're not doing shit. You're basically running a scam on a lot of people who don't know it. That's what's happening. That is the Sea Org. That's what they're doing. The guise is that they're helping mankind. The guise is that the world is getting better. Really? Look around at the world. It's getting better? What happened to the Sea Org? Oh, it's because we don't have enough OTs. If there were more clears and OTs, then the world would be better. Bullshit. No. Not true. So if you're thinking of joining the Sea Org, look, listen, read, find out for yourself. You don't have to believe me. Look and listen and read. That's all I'm saying. And ask yourself this. Why can't the Church of Scientology say that? Why can't they say look at both sides? We can. Every critic can. All of Anonymous can. All the ex-Scientologists can. The Indies can. All of us. Everybody out of the church, we can say look at both sides. Find out for yourself. Make up your own mind because we know you'll make up the right decision. But the Church of Scientology can't say that because they know if you find out all the facts, you're going to be out the door. And they know that. And that's why I'm saying to you, please find out all the information before you give them a dime, before you commit more of your time in your life to these people that are fleecing you and lying to you and not telling you the truth. And yes, there are a lot of celebrities in Scientology. Not really. There's about 3 that are of any that are really doing anything, and even they are kind of dwindling. But they try to pitch that all the time, and they buy either big buildings, so it looks like they're really expanding. Well, go look in the buildings. They're empty. They're dead. I mean, there's 3, 4, 5 people in them. That is not an expansion. It isn't. Yeah, they're still going, but they're not expanding. And they're fleecing people and lying to them on a daily basis. So there you go. That's the difference in public and staff. And I really hope none of you become any of those. There's plenty of great information at libraries and bookstores. For $29.95, you can find fabulous information. If you want to help yourself, if you have some area of your life that you need better, go read books. Go to seminars. Go find out from other people than this cult. And it is a cult. It is. If you learn what is a cult, it is. So there you go. That's my message to you all, and thank you so much for coming by. Please subscribe if you haven't, and ask your friends to subscribe. The more people that learn about this, the less people are going to get fleeced. There you go. Peace out. I love you guys. Take care.